Right off the tip-off, the Lady Big Reds trying to score quick as Kennedy Porter will clean up the miss to get the scoring going. Still in the first, though. Lady Patriots would get on the board as freshman Quinn Bolliard gonna hit the mid-range jumper to cut the deficit down to 2. Next possession, Lady Patriots defense comes up with the steal as Bolliard gonna go the other way and finish through the contact and 1. South takes the lead. PHS would fight back as Faithlin Butcher will do it herself with the Euro step for the deuce. Lady Patriots led 12-11 at the end of the first. Let's go to the fourth. Lady Patriots up by 3. Lady Big Reds Lauren Flanagan will change that as she hits the jumper to cut the lead to 1. After a missed PHS 3, it's Lucy Klein coming up with it and finding her way to the basket to give the Lady Big Reds the 2-point lead. Now it's South on the fast break as they work it around. Great ball movement, and they find Bolliard, who nails it to regain the Lady Patriots advantage. We're all tied up at 45 with under 40 to go. It's Flanagan with the ball, and she hits the spin move fadeaway jumper. It'll go. PHS by 2 now. 20 seconds left in the game. Last chance for South as Lindsay Logston, another one of their freshmen, will get it, and she's going to fire from deep and bury it for the lead. How about that? Lady Patriots by 1. Last chance for PHS as Butcher fires, and it is no good. South will go on to win a thrilling game between these two rivals. The final, 48-47.